Anniversary weekend, so we're at the end of January 2020, only 11 months left of the year. Most of us are back at work and planning our year ahead. It's a time of hope and opportunity, a time to consider a new occupation or project, a time of renewal or change. According to Reza Aslan in his book Zealot, the economy of the fishing town on the shores of Galilee, Capernaum, had become almost wholly centred on serving the needs of the new cities, especially Tiberias, the new capital. The majority of Capernaum's residents had been left behind by the new Galilean economy. It would be these people whom Jesus would especially focus his attention, those who found themselves cast to the fringes of society, whose lives have been disrupted by the rapid social economic shifts taking place in Galilee. Unique to Matthew, the words from Isaiah indicate that Jesus moved to Capernaum in the territory of Zebulun and Naphtali took place so that what was spoken by the prophet Isaiah might be fulfilled. The Romans ruled Galilee with the assistance of the client rulers such as Herod and landowners. The population is suffering. The people who sat in darkness reflects the darkness of this imperial Roman control that is contrary to God's purpose. Jesus' ministry is to manifest God's salvation by transforming personal misery, by announcing God's empire, by forming an alternative community, and anticipating the future establishment of God's empire. Jesus began to preach a word of metanoia. Repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. The word metanoia, or repent, means to turn around, change, or become new. These are positive words from Jesus. The light is Jesus' presence, which manifests God's empire. His public ministry of preaching, teaching, and healing is about to commence. As a light in the world, the community of disciples will continue his message of transformation. Matthew continues by relating the call of the first disciple fishermen who unconditionally obeyed Jesus when he told them, "Follow me, and I will make you fish for people." 100 years ago, Jasper Calder answered a similar calling and commenced a ministry of winning souls for Christ under the name of the City Mission of the Anglican Church. Jasper saw the church not only as an evangelical entity, but also a social establishment. The mission quickly became a ministry of social support, advocating for injustice due to the economics of the time. Within 10 years of starting the mission, the world was experiencing the trauma of the Great Depression. This mission is now known as the Auckland City Mission and is our neighbour. We continue at the mission to offer social support and advocacy against injustice to the desperate people of Auckland. Over the last 100 years, the mission has adapted to the call of Auckland's social needs in many ways. Selwyn Village opened in the 1950s. In the 80s, we had Herne Bay House for those suffering AIDS. If anyone is interested in the timeline of the mission, there is a wonderful wall outside the new home ground that you can see all the different significant things that the mission has done over the last 100 years. While in our temporary home in Union Street, we continue to develop the needs of Auckland society who are on the margins. We are offering new hope with the opening of a new wahine service, Te Whare Hinatore, the house of light, curiosity, and desire for change. Let me share the story of Hinatore from Māori Creation Story. During the period when Ranginui and Papanuku were still in a close embrace, two of their tamariki, Timamaru and Pekitua, glimpsed a light under the armpit of their mother, Papa. They went to investigate as they were unhappy living in a dark, cramped place, but was stopped by Whero, another child of Papa and Rangi, often represented as being a negative or obstructive person. The light they glimpsed was Hinatore. Through the brothers' adventure to find out who or what she was, they experienced curiosity, the desire for change, hope for something better, and the awareness of something new. Within our new Wahine program, Hinatore represents each individual Wahine's personal dream or vision of what their life could be and their journey towards it. The service opened on Friday in their own building in Union Street, offering 15 bed sits for Wahine who have been referred there. And they will stay there 12 weeks or longer, depending on how the program works for them. This is a very exciting and positive program with a new team and vision for the mission. Our world has need of metatonia. We need to turn around and change our environment. We need to embrace each other regardless of gender, race, class, faith, or sexual orientation. The message of Jesus' ministry is relevant to us now, as is to Maru's and Pekitua's experience of curiosity. The mission is looking to all their services in preparation to our return to home ground. We are changing where change is needed to respond to the needs being faced by our own community. Similar to the inhabitants of Capernaum 2,000 years ago, social and economic changes have meant we have an increasing population of the marginalised. I often wonder if Jasper Calder envisaged the mission would be working for social change into a second century with no sight of need ceasing in sight.